In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on October 29, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Minnesota Wild versus New Jersey Devils. In an interconference clash on the ice, 2 teams seeking crucial points collide in the Garden State. The Minnesota Wild are hitting the road for a showdown with the New Jersey Devils on Sunday afternoon. The Wild were dealt a 3-2 shootout loss against the Capitals on the road in their previous contest. Meanwhile, New Jersey outdueled the Buffalo Sabres 5-4 at home in their last outing. In their last 10 encounters, the Wild hold a dominant 7-1-2 edge over the Devils, having won their last 5 meetings, including a 2-1 overtime victory on the road in their most recent showdown on March 21, 2023. The Minnesota Wild, with a 3-3-2 record this season, come off a 3-2 overtime loss to the Washington Capitals. Minnesota took an early 1-0 lead in the first period, but needed a third-period goal from Hartman to force overtime, where they couldn't find the net during the shootout. Despite outshooting Washington 41-33, the Wild went 0-5 on the power play in their loss. Minnesota has struggled on the road with a 1-3 record, including a recent loss to the Philadelphia Flyers. The Wild are currently scoring an average of 3.63 goals per game while conceding 4.13 goals. They have a power play success rate of 13.3% and a penalty kill efficiency of 72%. Leading the Wild this season is Kirill Kaprizov with 2 goals, 7 assists, and 31 shots on goal. In goal, Philip Gustafsson is the projected starter for Minnesota with a 2-2-1 record, a 4.36 goals against average, and an .885 save percentage. The New Jersey Devils, boasting a 4-2-1 record this season, secured a 5-4 victory against the Buffalo Sabres in their last game. New Jersey surrendered a 1-goal lead in the third period, but managed to score the game winner with about 6 minutes left. The Devils outshot Buffalo 39-27 and went 1-4 on the power play in the game. Before defeating Buffalo, the Devils fell to the Washington Capitals but registered wins against the Montreal Canadiens and the New York Islanders. New Jersey is currently averaging 4.14 goals per game while allowing 3.71 goals. They hold a power play success rate of 40% and a penalty kill efficiency of 73.1%. Jack Hughes leads the Devils this season with 5 goals, 13 assists, and 30 shots on goal. In the net, Vitek Vanecek is the projected starting goalie for New Jersey, carrying a 3-2-0 record, a 3.3 goals against average, and an .891 save percentage. This matchup has recently favored the Wild, but with their 1-3 road record in the 2023-2024 season and 2 consecutive losses to mediocre teams, facing the Devils could either help them regain form or present further challenges. The Devils have shown more consistency in recent games, but the Wild's talent and potential are undeniable, making them a valuable underdog bet. While New Jersey is likely to be a competitive team this season, Minnesota has historically had the upper hand in this matchup, and they are poised for another victory. So the Minnesota Wild money line is our full game side pick. Minnesota enters this game with a record of 6-2 in over-under bets for the season. The Wild games have averaged 7.75 total goals per game, with that number dropping slightly to an average of 7.5 total goals per game on the road. New Jersey has hit the over in all 7 of their games this season. Their games have averaged 7.86 total goals per game, which remains high at 7.8 total goals per game on home ice. Both teams have struggled with goaltending this season, with the Wild allowing 18 goals in their 4 road games while scoring 13. The Devils have posted a perfect 7-0 over-under record this year, with their games averaging 8 total goals per game. Facing the Minnesota goaltending woes and going up against the likes of Hughes, Hischier, Bratt, Toffoli, and the deep New Jersey offense, this game is expected to be an interesting and fun one to watch. Considering the scoring prowess of both teams and their defensive struggles, the over is a clear choice. The over has hit in 6 out of 8 Wild games this season, and with both teams allowing goals and boasting potent offenses, this game is likely to produce a significant number of goals. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. San Jose Sharks versus Washington Capitals. The San Jose Sharks are set to clash with the Washington Capitals, with both teams aiming to turn the tide on their challenging starts to the season. The Sharks, currently at 0-7-1, occupy the unenviable position of having the poorest record in the Western Conference. On the other hand, the Capitals, sporting a 3-3-1 record, find themselves near the lower ranks of the Metropolitan Division, despite securing back-to-back wins. As the Sharks seek their first victory of the season to rise from the basement of the Pacific Division, the Capitals aim to make strides in the Metropolitan Division. This upcoming game is poised to be an intriguing matchup. The San Jose Sharks face a multitude of challenges, with their distressing record being the foremost concern. Winless thus far and coming off a recent 3-0 loss to the Carolina Hurricanes, the team's situation is precarious. The goaltending situation is particularly grim, with Mackenzie Blackwood sporting a dismal 4.23 goals against average and a save percentage of .897. His backup, Kaapo Kähkönen, though slightly better, still records an unimpressive 3.16 goals against average and a .907 save percentage. These numbers are far from conducive to victory, as evident in the Sharks' current standings. The offensive front doesn't provide much solace either. While Tomas Hertl stands as the solitary standout with a goal and 4 assists, his contributions are insufficient to mask the team's overall offensive struggles. With only 8 goals scored, the Sharks languish at the league's bottom in this category. Additionally, the power play and penalty kill units have been underperforming, boasting a mere 12.5% power play success rate and a 74.2% penalty kill rate. More concerning is the inability to generate scoring opportunities, as the Sharks average just 23.8 shots on goal per game while yielding a staggering 37.9 shots against, thus heaping immense pressure on their already struggling goaltenders. Disturbing trends indicate a perilous downward spiral for the Sharks. They have failed to win in their last 14 games, a stretch dating back to the previous season. The team has also been plagued by injuries, with Alexander Barabanov, Mikael Granlund, and Matt Benning among those sidelined. Facing the Capitals, a team that has displayed moments of solid play despite its own struggles, presents a monumental challenge. The Washington Capitals are in a relatively better position than the Sharks, although their uneven performance still raises concerns. A recent 3-2 shootout victory against the Minnesota Wild offers a glimmer of hope, but the Capitals remain far from a well-oiled machine. Goaltending, led by Darcy Kuemper, has been inconsistent at best, with statistics reflecting a 3.29 goals against average and a .890 save percentage, hardly inspiring confidence and casting a spotlight on the Capitals' defensive frailties. Offensively, the Capitals continue to rely on Alex Ovechkin as the linchpin, with 2 goals and 4 assists. Dylan Strome has also stepped up with 5 goals, leading the team in this category. Despite these individual efforts, the Capitals currently rank 30th in the league for goals scored, with a mere total of 14. Special teams have been a mixed bag, with a below-average 13.6% power play conversion rate and a mediocre 75% penalty kill rate. The lack of offensive production and inconsistency in special teams have placed unwarranted pressure on a defense that has fallen short of expectations. Key trends for the Capitals are less than encouraging. Declining performance in special teams has impacted the outcomes of closely contested games. Moreover, injuries are beginning to pile up, with goaltender Charlie Lindgren and forward Max Pacioretty on injured reserve. The Capitals are also struggling to find consistency, as seen in their fluctuating win-loss pattern. The upcoming game against the Sharks represents a golden opportunity for Washington to gain momentum and ascend the divisional rankings. While the Sharks are desperately seeking a win, it appears the Capitals are poised to assert control on their home turf. The Capitals, who have tallied 9 goals in their past 2 games, are anticipated to find the back of the net with ease against a Sharks defense that has conceded an average of 3.88 goals per game. With forward luminaries like Alex Ovechkin, Dylan Strome, and others creating open shot opportunities through swift passes and zone entries, the Capitals should be proficient in stifling the Sharks' offense, which currently manages a meager 1 goal per game. The Capitals' defensive unit, featuring players like John Carlson and Trevor Van Riemsdyk, is expected to produce turnovers in the defensive zone and limit shots on goal, enabling goaltender Darcy Kuemper to make crucial saves. Though both teams have grappled with their share of struggles, the Capitals hold a distinct advantage in this matchup. Washington has demonstrated its ability to secure victories, with key players consistently finding the back of the net. In contrast, the Sharks are caught in a freefall, compounded by goaltending issues that render them susceptible to the Capitals' offense led by Ovechkin and Strome. Additionally, the Capitals enjoy the home ice advantage, potentially serving as the catalyst required for victory. Given the Sharks' abysmal record and the slightly more promising form displayed by the Capitals, it is anticipated that Washington will emerge triumphant in this contest. So the Washington Capitals money line is our full game side pick. The Sharks are expected to curtail the Capitals' offense, which currently averages a mere 2 goals per game. With players like Mario Ferrero and Kyle Burroughs in the defensive unit creating turnovers in the defensive zone and minimizing shots on goal, goaltender Mackenzie Blackwood should have ample opportunities to make significant saves. The Capitals are projected to contain the Sharks' offensive efforts, having only scored 3 goals in their last 5 games. Players like John Carlson, Trevor Van Riemsdyk, and others in the defensive unit are expected to force turnovers in the neutral and defensive zones, while goaltender Darcy Kuemper makes pivotal saves. Both offenses have endured considerable struggles this season, residing in the bottom tier of the NHL rankings. Therefore, the expectation is that this game will be characterized by minimal scoring, particularly for the Sharks, who boast the league's most ineffective offense, generating just 1 goal on average per game and having produced the fewest expected goals and the 7th fewest high-danger shots in the league. The Sharks are unlikely to find an offensive resurgence. The Capitals' offense, while slightly better, averaging just 2 goals per game, remains one of the NHL's least potent, with the 3rd lowest goal production and 8th fewest expected goals and high-danger shots. Considering both teams' offensive struggles, this game is projected to be low scoring from the opening puck drop. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Calgary Flames versus Edmonton Oilers. The Heritage Classic is set to grace the stage at Edmonton's Commonwealth Stadium in Alberta, where the Edmonton Oilers will welcome the Calgary Flames to their first ever outdoor game. The Oilers currently hold a 1-5-1 record, coming off a home loss to the Rangers, while the Flames, with a record of 2-5-1, are also reeling from a recent home defeat to the Blues. Last season, Edmonton claimed 2 out of 3 matchups against Calgary. The Calgary Flames, positioned 6th in the Pacific Division with a 2-5-1 record, find themselves in a precarious situation approaching this game. Their recent 3-0 loss to the St. Louis Blues underscores their struggles on both ends of the ice. Jacob Markstrom, the Flames goaltender, has been a standout performer, boasting a 2.68 goals against average and a .906 save percentage. However, individual brilliance alone can't reverse the team's fortunes. Andrew Mangiapane leads the scoring chart with 3 goals and 3 assists, showcasing offensive capabilities, but the team collectively must step up. In terms of special teams, the Flames have a meager 11.5% power play conversion rate but excel with a 90.3% penalty kill rate. Although these stats appear respectable individually, they might fall short when pitted against a formidable power play like the Oilers. The Flames are presently mired in a 4-game losing streak, during which they have managed only 6 goals while conceding 15, highlighting deficiencies in both offensive production and defensive resilience. The Flames' injury list is cause for concern, with key players like Rasmus Anderson labeled as out and Adam Ruzicka listed as day-to-day. Their recent 15-6 goal deficit over 5 games underscores significant issues in both offensive output and defensive solidity. In the highly competitive Pacific Division, these trends cannot be ignored. The game against the Oilers offers an opportunity for the Flames to reverse their course, yet recent form suggests a challenging task ahead. The Edmonton Oilers, currently 7th in the Pacific Division with a 1-5-1 record, are desperate to break free from their ongoing slump. A recent 3-0 loss to the New York Rangers was another setback for a team urgently seeking a victory. In the goaltending department, neither Jack Campbell with his 4.35 goals against average and .877 save percentage, nor Stuart Skinner with his 3.93 goals against average and .846 save percentage have provided the stability required. Leon Draisaitl shines as the team's leading point scorer, tallying 11 points from 4 goals and 7 assists, but the burden of success shouldn't rest on one player. Concerning special teams, the Oilers boast a robust 25.9% power play but suffer with a 74.1% penalty kill. Over the last 5 games, the Oilers have struggled, losing 4 times while being outscored 17-9. This statistic reflects defensive frailties and an offense struggling to match its opponents. Despite an effective power play, the Oilers haven't translated this advantage into victories, a trend that must change for them to rekindle their divisional hopes. playoffs. The Oilers are also grappling with significant injuries, with star player Connor McDavid listed as day-to-day. His potential absence could significantly impact an already struggling team. Although the Oilers have excelled on the power play, their penalty kill has faltered, nullifying the advantages of their potent power play. In light of these disconcerting trends and their shallow depth worsened by injuries, the Oilers face a daunting task in their upcoming game against the Flames. While predicting the outcome of the Battle of Alberta outdoors poses challenges, historical indoor statistics are insightful. In their last 7 meetings, Edmonton has dominated Calgary with a 6-1 record. For this game, the expected starting goaltender for the Oilers may be Stuart Skinner. Skinner holds a perfect 2-0 record against Calgary in his career, with a remarkable goals against average of 1.07 and a save percentage of .975. On the other hand, Jacob Markstrom has faced the Oilers extensively in his career, both with Calgary and Vancouver. His record against Edmonton with the Flames is 6-9-0, accompanied by a goals against average of 3.29 and a save percentage of .885. Slight favor is tipped towards Edmonton, who seeks to rejuvenate their season and secure wins. Both these struggling rivals are eager for a win. Calgary, in particular, grapples with scoring difficulties, having managed just 4 goals in their last 5 games, even getting shut out in their most recent match. The Oilers have had defensive issues, but the absence of key players like McDavid can be considered in their recent struggles. Furthermore, the Oilers have an excuse for their recent woes with McDavid's injury. The star is questionable for this game and could provide a significant boost if he's ready to play. Conversely, Calgary's key players are currently underperforming. Nazem Kadri, for instance, has only registered 1 point in 8 games. Also, the Flames possess an expected goals for per 60 minutes of 2.93 goals, while the Oilers have a better expected goals for per 60 minutes of 3.17 goals. Both teams view this as a must-win game, and Edmonton seems to be in a more desperate position, considering their squad's potential. So the Edmonton Oilers money line is our full game side pick. Defensive struggles have plagued the Oilers, with 17 goals conceded in their last 4 games. Goaltending has been unsteady, with Skinner and Campbell having goals against average statistics of 3.93 and 4.35, respectively. Additionally, the Flames have allowed at least 3 goals in each of their games this season, with a particular vulnerability on the road, conceding 20 goals in their 5 away games. The Oilers are overdue for an offensive breakthrough, which is expected to commence in this encounter. This game is vital for both sides, akin to a playoff matchup, and as a result, high-scoring action is anticipated. In their 2022 playoff series, the total exceeded expectations in 4 out of 5 games. Despite their recent struggles, both teams are eager to rediscover their scoring touch, and the grand stage of the Heritage Classic typically promotes goals. Despite the Oilers holding a 3-1 record against the spread this season, this game is expected to contribute to the overall scoring. Considering the historical trend of high-scoring games in the Battle of Alberta and the potential offensive resurgence on display, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.